Hey, all right. We were having some technical difficulties tonight, but thank you for your patience. Excited you guys are on tonight. Definitely go ahead and text a friend and let them know that we are on live. Not going to be on here too long, but we definitely have some really good information that I think is going to be game changing, quite honestly. For those that, have ears to hear, we're really in some, I think, what we would say the best of times, as well as for some people, unfortunately, it will be the worst of times. And so I think really making sure that you get yourself positioned to grow and to win and to develop is super important, right? It could not be a better time. Hey, Janice, I see you, girl. I'm going to be bringing you on shortly. All right, there we go. All right, been a little technical difficulty tonight, but I'm excited about the conversation that we're having because right now in the United States of America, as I'm sure many of you know, it's not a secret. There is a serious wealth gap that I think that is going to close. I think that we have a lot of players out there that Gloria are really passionate about, just having the discussion about the wealth gap and helping, really wanting to help and put people in a position to really be able to grow their wealth significantly. I think that there are a few reasons why we've not really seen the growth, Donna, that we really want to see, because I think a lot of it has to do with access. Sometimes you can desire to do something, but if you don't have access to get the information, sometimes it's lack of belief, wondering if it could really happen for you. But I think the greatest antidote to racism into oppression as well. So I think one of the best things, Larry, that you could do for your family, Gloria, Donna, myself, all of us, Yvette, is to put yourself in a position to grow and to learn and to understand also very much so that things are changing. I'm noticing the language on a lot of emails that I'm getting from companies. I think I just got one yesterday, or might have been earlier today or yesterday, Shanithia, and the language, oh, it was a bank. It was one of my banks. And they said, in lieu of current prices, in lieu of inflation, we have decided to do this, that, and the third with our fees. And I said, I wonder how many people, when they see that, are thinking, in lieu of inflation, I'm going to become extremely wealthy. Because that really needs to be the thought. The thought needs to be, I'm not going to wait for prices to go back down. I'm not going to wait for things to change. I'm not going to wait for interest rates to go down. I'm not going to wait for that. I am going to become extremely wealthy. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to strategically position myself and put myself in relationships and in a community with people where I can learn, I can ask questions, and we can all grow together. One thing I realize is that the more I have and the more I learn, the more I don't really know. And you realize, like, I think the best thing that anybody, all of us could do is really just, become a full time student, right? Become a full time student and put yourself in the line of fire with other people that are, have similar desires and things like that. So, I'm really excited about what we've been able to build here at Tavaverse. Go ahead and share this feed with some family members, some friends, and just let them know, hey, jump on. I want you to hear this conversation because I think this conversation is really probably what you've been looking for. Today is the first day of August, the month of new beginnings. And I'm declaring over you new beginnings. I'm declaring new territories, new properties, new contracts, new deeds, new titles, new money, new wealth, new opportunities. You just got to make up in your mind that you're ready for the new, right? And I think that's the big thing is like, I got to stay ready for the new. And so, yeah, so I'm excited about these opportunities. I'm excited about the possibilities. And we have a lot of people that are winning right now. And so a good friend of mine, Kenny and Shante Lloyd and I, we decided to partner together to develop something called Tavaverse. And Tavaverse is basically a financial ecosystem that we put together with some of the most brilliant minds in their area. We have a phenomenal credit specialist that will help you, not with just, making sure you have good credit personally or your business credit, but also helping you with the funding. We have relationships with banks that are committed to giving people of color opportunity to be able to, buy property, because what stops a lot of people from investing in their business or investing in property is the money. They don't have the capital, right? And so we have the relationships of the banks, and those banks have already said, yes, we are committed to giving all people, right, loans and capital so that they can go and create cash flow. Because what we don't want to do is we don't want to keep living off of our income, even if our income is good. Yay for good income, right? But in order to really grow, you want to put yourself in a position where you have money coming in every single month that you have not worked for, right? That becomes really, really, really important to position yourself for that. We have a team of people that will help you find off-market properties. We actually hosted somebody on this live last night. If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. This turnkey, basically, he gets the property for you. He has the contractors fix it up, and he gets the tenant for you. And so you're buying it, and then he just turns it over to you. And now that property is cash flowing for you. And it was interesting because I was asking him, he's a, African-American gentleman. And I was asking him, I was like, so how many investors do you work with? And do any of your investors look like us? And he said, honestly, no. He said most of them are Caucasian men and Asian men, which I have nothing against, but I think those are things that we need to be paying attention to. And he said many times they've never even flown to the state of Michigan. They've just done a deal because the numbers look right. So they haven't even flown to Michigan. And here we have people that live in Michigan and don't understand this is going on. And so I don't know about you, but I'm really like, I really feel a way about this wealth gap, and I am very, very serious about making sure that I do my part to help close the wealth gap and educate people and keep educating them, to be tenacious, to have the warrior that's on the inside of them to really fight and rise up and go and get everything you're supposed to get. I'm really believing for the past 10 generations that you would come into that wealth. For every slave that was sold in your bloodline, that people became wealthy from, every plantation that was picked, that people became wealthy from, Rosewood, Lake Lanier, Black Wall Street, the list goes on. And again, I want to be clear that I do love all people, but I'm saying we got a lot of recompense and vindication and restoration that needs to happen. And, that's not going to happen with us just like lying back, chilling, like I'm going to see if it's the Lord's will. Maybe it's always the Lord's will for you to prosper, but you're going to have to get up and do your part to say, hey, I'm willing to connect. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to grow. I'm willing to ask questions. And so I've been on some 13, 14 hour a day stuff, fired up, L'Oreal. Not even tired. My husband and I taking a night ride after this on a golf cart. But I'm super passionate about this because enough is enough. And if you don't get aggressive about becoming wealthy, the likelihood of it happening is not going to happen. We are in the month of August, and we have 5 months left to 2024. And I am very, very emphatic. I'm very clear about what it is that I'm supposed to be getting. And I am certainly working on my goals every single day. And so tonight I asked a sister, a friend, one of my mentees also to come on here. This woman is doing some amazing things. She's a part of my Millionaires Club and now also a part of Tavaverse. And I'm really proud of what she's built in real estate and what she's doing. And I know you guys will be inspired by this, but this is just another, another asset that we have in this Tavaverse community, a group of amazing thought leaders, people that are really doing some pretty amazing things. And so my prayer is that you, as you hear her, you'll begin to craft a new vision, if you will, on what the possibilities are and what you can do and what you can accomplish and where you can go. And it ain't got to take you all day. You know what I mean? It got to take you 10 years. What took you 10 years, God wants to do for you in 1 month. I believe that with everything in me. And so I'm going to ask Janice Bowles to join the party. Hey, girl, how you doing?
Hi, how are you? Good evening.
Good evening, man. I am excited to have you on here tonight, and so I want to just jump right on into this conversation. So, Janice, when did you first get interested in real estate?
So for me, believe it or not, real estate was an interest for me as a child. I grew up in inner city West Palm Beach and lost my parents at an early age. So I had an uncle who basically owned properties and rental properties, and I used to visit him on summertime. And just to see he and his wife collect their rent from their tenants, put it in a bag, so to speak, cash, that kind of just triggered my mind. My uncle, he owned a lot of land near his area as well, and he would have horses on his land and things of that nature. So I think the fact of growing up and seeing that, and not being a product of owning our own home, my parents, they did not own their own home. I've always had a desire to have a home. And I really got into investing in 1998. My first property, right after my husband and I got married, we bought a property in St. Petersburg, Florida, and we were living in Connecticut at that time. So we just sold that property actually in 2021, and we did very well.
That's awesome, girl.
Yeah.
So, as a child, you got interested. You bought your investment property when you bought your property, your own home. And so, what made you decide to join Tavaverse?
So for me, Tabaverse, I think, you know, there's always room for growth. And for me, I've been doing this quite some time, on my own, my husband and I. But I wanted to be a part of a community, more so a community that will have access to the different avenues and just different mindsets. That's a key thing to me because being, I think, a visionary in real estate, and there's just so many different ways that you can make money in real estate. Uh, Everyone doesn't understand your tenacity and the vision that you may have, your inner circle, so to speak. So for me, it was kind of a lonely process initially, not having folks around me, especially in the land development phase, to truly understand, what we're doing, what I'm doing. So when I came across Towerverse and to basically have all the education, everything here for the average individual that want to get into real estate, I think it's just a wonderful fit. So I'm just happy to be a part of it. And I'm still learning as well, and the knowledge is just phenomenal. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's crazy, Janice, because I realized that, even though you've been in real estate a while, I've been in real estate a while. I mean, honest to God, I'm blown away with what I've just learned in the last couple months of, creating this. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the group of individuals that we have. I'm impressed with our educators. I'm impressed with our partners. They just add a lot of value. And I'll be on the phone with them. I'll be like, oh, wait. Whether it's me getting a grant or whether me walking in and talking to a bank owner, or it's the possibilities are definitely endless. And we're actually meeting with two more banks for the Tomaverse community coming up. But yeah, the possibilities are endless. And I think most people realize that have had any success, we're stronger together. I mean, like the day of Ranger, mom and pop, I'm going to do this on my own kind of deal. Like, bruh, you going to get much further. It's why Elon and Bill Gates and Warren
Right.
Buffett and Jay-Z all run together, because at the end of the day, you're going to always be stronger together
That's
than
right.
just trying to, be so smart and do it on your own. Talk to me about this land that you've got that you've been developing. That is amazing to me. I'm just so impressed with that.
Thank you. So basically, I live here in Virginia. I'm in the Northern Virginia area. It's called Spotsylvania County. This particular county is about an hour south of DC. I'm in between Richmond, Virginia, and Washington, DC. So this area is a very rural area, very historical. A lot of the Civil War battlefields and things are here present in this particular area. But actually, land development, my husband and I, we bought our first parcel back in 2005. We bought an 18-acre parcel when we relocated here to Virginia at that time. And we, not knowing anything about land development at that time, it was a good investment. He actually came across it. We developed those 18 acres and we sold it to a builder. Back in 2005, the market was great. We, doubled our money and then some. So from that point, We know we've been into flips, fix and flips and things of that nature as well. But most recently, opportunity came about where we were able to pick up about 26 acres, different parcels, 2 10-acre parcels, a 7-acre parcel, and we are just developing it. So modular homes is the thing that I'm into. So it's a wonderful thing. It's affordable housing, particularly for this particular area. But I believe in this area, it's going to be the next wave of housing for the housing market. So
That is amazing. So you just picked up a little mile, 18 acres. Mild. And
God is
so
good.
tell me what did you do with those?
So the 18 that we initially got.
Yeah. You
So
sold them.
we back in 2005, it was raw land. It was just basically raw land, and we knew nothing. So we had to put in an actual road to get access to the properties, drain fields, soil scientists testing here. This area is private wells and septic drain fields. So a lot of testing of the soil and things of that nature. A lot of back and forth with the county as far as planning and zoning and subdivisions and the recommendations and the criteria. So we that was really the onset of just initially getting into the trenches and learning the lingo and everything that goes involved with land development. So we again subdivided that. We had it basically to the point where it was platted land, and the builder just had to come in and just put his homes up. So we did everything from start to finish.
I love that. I love you. You talked about you were learning the language, you were learning the process, and that's what I really want to focus on. Like when you come over, when you decide, hey, I'm gonna be an investor, be willing to learn and earn. Like, don't feel like I got to know everything before you start making a move, because then you might not ever make a move. You got to tell yourself, hey, I'm going to be willing to learn and earn. Okay, so now talk about your most recent projects, Hunty.
So my most recent project just closed on the first parcel of 10 acres that was purchased about a year and a half ago. We were able to, there was a double wide trailer on 4 of the acres. So that was kind of improved land, so to speak, but the trailer had to be torn down. So I tore the trailer down, and there was already a drain field and a well. So it was, semi improved land, and basically put a modular home on the site. So again, modular homes, they are a higher grade than double wides or single wide trailers. They are manufactured off site, but their appraisal value is the same as stick-built homes, and they are built very, very durable. They come in different like pods in a sense. You can get them, and you can add on to them additions. You can put basements on. So everything you can do with a stick-built home, you can do with a modular as well. So in this particular case, on the 4 acres, I put a modular home on. It was about 2,700 square feet when we were completed, and all in, I had to invest about maybe $350,000, and we sold for $528,000. So we did well.
Woo!
Yeah.
And I think that transaction just went through.
Yes. Yes. A little over a month ago. Yeah.
So amazing.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to build that modular home?
Well, the average time frame usually takes about maybe 6 to 8 months. If you have your land already cleared out and things of that nature, it's just a matter of having the house delivered on site. So it could be sooner. For us, it took a little longer because of the fact of the particular builder that we were dealing with had some hiccups and whatnot. So it took over a year. But the caveat with that is, I figured out a way to cut the middleman out, so to speak. So that's where the contractor licensing came into play. So now that we're licensed, my firm is a licensed Class A contractor. I no longer have to have a builder because I am the builder myself, and I can go directly to the factory. All the knowledge that I've had within the previous years from the previous 18 acres, as far as the drain fields and the excuse me, the subcontractors, all that knowledge I already have. So it's under my licensing. So now I can just, that's more of an expense that's no longer needed. So it's going to help my profit margin. So I am the builder now. So It's a good
I'm
thing.
so proud of you for that. I think that is absolutely amazing that you did that. You're doing a lot with this land development, the modulars. What's next?
Well, for me, I have a desire for multifamily. This particular area doesn't have as many as maybe further south in the Petersburg area, which is a college town, maybe about 60 or 70 miles from here. But my dream is really to own a multifamily property back in my hometown of West Palm Beach. But I'm telling you, being part of Tavaverse and seeing all these deals, and particularly listening to the gentleman last night about Flint, Michigan, it is opening up my mind to even want to go outside of my local area to invest even more so. So I'm hoping to step out and do that. That's the thing that I want to add to my portfolio is a multifamily.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you for that, what you've accomplished. And I think, I don't know if people really realize it. Like when you hear other people's vision, when you hear their dreams, it helps you to kind of craft yours, edit yours a little bit, maybe expand yours a little bit. And because there's always more, right? There's always more. I don't care what you've done. I think it's great what you've accomplished in the land, the development, the modular homes. And now you're saying, hey, now I'm ready for the multifamily, and you're taking advantage of the education. And yeah, we're going to all grow together. Whatever you connect to, you become a partaker of that. So that's why these relationships are important. These connections are important, because it's hard to keep talking to somebody that's wealthy and not become wealthy. It's hard to keep talking to somebody that's uber wealthy, right, and not become uber wealthy. And sometimes you don't know what you want until you start hearing other people's goals and dreams and desires and things that they're doing. And then you're like, well, wait a minute. Let me add that on,
That's right.
real quick, because that's going to be nice cash flow. And to your point, Florida is just, they just don't have the equity play. I spent a couple of days in Orlando with the team down there, and it's like a needle in a haystack,
Yeah.
finding a good equity play and or cash flow. Like the margins are just really, really, really tight. If you invest in Florida, could you make money? Yeah, but most of those properties down there I see are more long term. Like you can't think
Yes.
that you're about to get in and make any money. You need to get in and be able to really hold. I think it's for somebody who already has a really, really nice portfolio that's cash flowing, and they just want, a piece of what's happening in Florida with all the development that's happening, but the margins are just really tight. And so not really a great place. And and I love what you said. Hey, let me be bi-coastal. I mean, it's a lot of investors that are not even flew into the states, that they're investing in. But if the numbers are right, the team players are there, the support is there, it makes all the difference. What would you say to someone who is like listening to this, who've never invested? They might be listening to, me and saying, oh, well, she's already done this, that, and the third. They just listen to your story. You bought acres and acres of land, sold it, bought some more, throw some modulars on there, just walked away with a six-figure deal. Like, but they're brand new, like starting off zero. Like, what would you say to them about why this, connection would be so important?
Well, I think the first thing I would say to them is just do away with the fear. To get into real estate, you don't need a huge amount of money. Actually, you want to use the bank's money to make the money work for you. Just take away the fear. Tavaverse would be the perfect place here for the beginner investor, so to speak. I mean, actually any level investor, to be honest with you, because but specifically for the individual that is wanting to get in. This educational platform, everything's here for you. Every aspect of every tool. It's more than a seminar, so to speak. You can go to a seminar, a 4-hour seminar, 2-hour, whatever the case may be really hyped. But after the fact, half of the information that you heard, you're not going to remember to begin with, and you're going to need, constant over and over access, so to speak, because to make things fit. So this will be the actual platform for that. With so many educators that we have, the educators, they are on live. In addition to, there's a back office where you can go back and review the information at your leisure. It's a library set up, full access. I think that's very important. And then also there's community involvement. So you have different people here that you can, uh, bounce ideas off of, any information that you may need. So I think this would be the perfect university, so to speak, to get started in, definitely. But again, any level of investor should definitely
Yeah,
be a
no,
part of
that's
the
good. You're
community.
right. I mean, we have, I see L'Oreal on here tonight. She's Hey, sorry about that, y'all. That this will wake up the warrior in you. That this will really wake up the warrior in you, because the financial wealth gap is tremendous, and it's going to be closed one person at a time. And we want to show you, I don't care where you're at in life, that you can win too, right? We're going to help to elevate your IQ, teach you how to leverage assets, understand the global community. Who is Verse for? This is for anybody that owns a business or real estate, or somebody who desires to own a business or real estate. We have some people taking their capital and investing in their business. We do a lot with mindset, which is super, super important. You're going to have a great understanding of global economics. You're going to have a great understanding of real estate, right? Which short-term rental, long-term rental, Airbnb, the list goes on, right? Funding, we have the relationships with the banks. That's really important. How to use your credit to really build assets, systems. The systems part is super, super important, because if you don't have the systems in place, then you're not going to be able to scale if everything's disorganized. So we have tax strategists, tax accountants to make sure that the entities are in the right place, that your taxes are being filed, bookkeeping, you're clear on how much is coming in in rent, you're clear on how much is going out in expenses, marketing, which is very, very important. The days of people spending a lot of money on marketing, people just don't do it. I mean, between Facebook and TikTok, Marquita does a phenomenal job in making sure that you know how to market your brand, market your business, and or market your real estate. That is a very, very important part, because you might be doing something phenomenal, but if nobody knows it, right? So then you'll have access here to your partner portals. You have access to funding, the banking, the credit, the taxes, the real estate, the bookkeeping. All these things are really important. We have 6 sessions per week. So every single night you'll be able to get on and listen to our educators live. Okay. And then if you can't get them live, you can always go back and watch the replay. This is my favorite part, Janice. We actually go out and hit the streets. We actually able to go out and hit the streets and actually look at off-market properties, right? And you can literally put a contract in for any property you see right on site, right there on site. Okay, that's important, Deanna. All right, these are the 4 packages, a $1,200 pack. This gives you access to our wealth monthly mentorship, right? This is important because I tell people proximity does matter. Don't ever let nobody tell you that proximity doesn't matter. If I'm in a room with Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, okay, and Jay-Z, I don't want to be at the back of the room. I want to be at the table. And so making sure that you put yourself in a position to be up close and personal. The law of association is a very real thing. It's not just wealth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's how you respond. It's how you process information. All those things are very, very important. There's a $500 plan. You can always upgrade to $1,200 within 30 days by starting with 500 and then paying the difference of 700 within 30 days to get to the 1,200. So you can have access to that wealth mentorship program. Also, with the $1,200 plan, you get access to 24 different nutritional products. Those products, you can stay on them or you cannot. I can tell you that our products are some of the best. They use some of the best scientists and physicians to formulate those products, the collagen, the multivitamin, the mood enhancer, the detox tea, the organic coffee, CBD. I mean, just amazing, right? And then we have a $300 pack, which gives you, I think those are going to give you about 6 nutritional products. You can always pay the difference again of $900 to get to $1,200, or you can say, hey, I just want to come in at the $200 and start there. And then every single month with that $200 plan, you'll be paying $150 a month. Okay. Now, if you end up wanting to do the nutritional products, you'll add on the nutritional product to the $150. Otherwise, you'll be at $150 every single month for the financial ecosystem and education and community. Okay. So what I want to encourage you to do is get back with the person that invited you on here. Janice, I want to say thank you so much for getting on. I love your testimony. I love what you've done with the land. You've got your contractor's license now. And I love the fact that you're like, hey, I'm ready to get a multifamilies, girl. You already know you're at the right place. We got to get you in this multifamily this year. Okay. This year.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've thought about how many doors you want.
Well, rentals now I have 4. If I can double that, I'll be grateful. I'll be grateful.
All right. Yeah. I love it. I love it. We're going to do that. That'll be easy to do this year. So I want you to be thinking about how many doors you want 2024. Because we're going to definitely get them 4 doors this year. That'll be an easy matter for you. Guys, thanks so much for joining on the call tonight. I really appreciate having you on here. Again, Janice, thank you so much. Super proud of you. Keep going, keep growing. Your story is amazing. Keep sharing it. And get back with the person that invited you on this live tonight. Tell them you're ready to get ready. You're ready to get started. And they will go ahead and send you their link. And we want to welcome you to the Tabaverse family in advance. All right, everybody. Have a good night and God bless.